And like you said, they've already played each other, some of these top guys, but this is two top guys that know each other very well, both representing the United States, have known each other all their lives. They must know each other's openings in and out as well.
Yeah, and Sevian here is playing into something very topical, very popular at the top levels these days. The bishops getting exchanged, black taking on these two doubled pawns in the center of the board. Yeah, you get more central control with more pawns in the center. You also open up for your rook along the f-file, but there's some lack of flexibility because the pawn behind the backward of the two doubled pawns doesn't have the option of getting out of the way if it's attacked, for instance.
Yeah, and black's bishop is also passively placed, tends to be a bit of a bystander in the next phase of the middle game. We'll see Sam Sevian maneuver his knights around, protecting his king, just in case Fabiano did want to use that semi-open line as a bit of a springboard. We see a knight trade offered. Always got to calculate in these situations. I don't think there are any tactics against that knight right now. But white does have a space advantage on the opposite flank. If white survives, the later middle games, the end games, they tend to be in white's favor.
And Sam Sevian also wearing glasses today. Another player proving my point. What is the strength of your eyesight?
What is your point at this point? That good chess players have glasses? Because in that case, the point isn't working out in your favor.
Even Magnus sometimes wears glasses these days, quite successfully.
That's true. Hikaru is not usually wearing glasses anymore, but he did when he was younger. I've seen the pictures.
Yeah, and sunglasses too, even in classical games. But this time, battle of Sam Sevian and Fabiano. I really like what Sam's doing. He's pushed back the black knight, which is a very passive piece now, at least for the next couple of moves, and he's finally breaking in the center, saying, okay, I'll either get a very strong pawn center, or I'm going to ruin your structure even more. And if that trade had happened, there would have been some targets on a newly open file. Black has a nice piece, but alone it won't cause too much damage. Fabiano lower on the clock as well. Sam's doing everything right so far.
It's leading up, and he knows that he has to win. He is half a point behind. I'm sure that the players have spent a little bit of the break they just had looking at the standings. They must have done that because there's 3 rounds left, and now it's really starting to mean a lot. I mean, 10 points for Sam Sevian, that would shoot him far up on the standings for Split 2, could qualify him for the Chess.com Global Championship in April, which could secure him even more points in the Champions Chess Tour leaderboard overall, which is the way to the Esports World Cup. So this is very important.
Huge game, and it's going to be even more important for both of these two because it looks like Martin Kravtsev is about to deliver checkmate already.
Wow.
On board 2, so he's going to move up to 8.5 out of 9. He's
on a roll today.
Had a very one-sided win against Suyarov, or at least that result is incoming now. This position is still so tense though.
Yeah, very, very ambitious play from Fabi, just pushing those pawns up in front of his own king. Yeah, it's weakening the black king, but he's also trying to create some danger for white's king as the pawns approach.
Yeah, I'm surprised he kind of showed his hand and then didn't back it up. Being consistent, kind of bringing the queen out maybe, and just pushing those pawns looked like the way to go. But he's playing on the other side of the board now, keeping an eye on this pawn, defended for now, but also threatening to come in to an outpost. And the clock's leveling up. Fabi fighting well.
And the problem for Sevian is he cannot protect against this c4 outpost for black's knight, because the only piece that can really control that square is the queen, but the queen is needed to protect the white king.
There would have been tactics if she'd moved away. Knight takes pawn check, and the black rook would have been staring down a knight, so that knight did retreat.
Okay, so that was why he played the knight to h2. And now when Fabi does get his knight to that square, Sevian at least has an immediate response.
Yeah. Well, but now Fabi, I think, is going to be willing to sacrifice something. Like if the white queen tries and chase away the black knight, something like queen b3 here, then I think Fabi is going to sacrifice a pawn in the center and really get a lot of energy in his pieces. pointing down on White's king. Not, of course, helped by the fact that White's queen is kind of moving away from the defense of the king at the same time.
Ooh, we might see it.
Oh.
First, a tickle of the White queen, asking her where she wants to go. Also, it's nice to find out what your opponent's intentions are. If Fabiano, once he can bring his knight back and say, okay, repetition or not, he'll get some information there.
But if he does, then Sevian might push his pawn on the side of the board, kind of preventing the knight from returning, right?
That's true. So Fabiano may be looking at the other side of the board now. He just drops his bishop back. Very controlled play so far. Momentum feels like it's on black side, despite the eval bar being in the center.
Now, why are you moving your knight into the center when the black knight, the rook into the center when the black knight can just return to its outpost?
Maybe he doesn't know what else to do right now. I mean, what else is Sam supposed to be doing? It seems like Fabiano's plan is quite clear. He's at least attacking on either the right side or in the middle.
Maximum tension. Yondovik, you were right. D5 was played just to protect the knight. And yeah, things are getting a bit scary now, I would say, for White. I just really don't like these two pieces. They just look like sitting ducks ready to get hit by some black pawns that are advancing right now. The two black knights look glorious. Watch out, there's a threat. Some forks.
There's a pawn hanging on the left side, but that pawn is like the pawn you never even consider taking. But I was kind of considering it right now because I thought maybe the pawns could help that bishop out of problems. But Sam doesn't want to create any more problems for himself. He wants to trade the queens.
Might be a Norwegian thing. The Norwegians are infamous for grabbing pawns.
No.
That's good.
And regretting it.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily, to be fair. But Fabi's about to grab a pawn.
Oof, that knight is almost trapped. If it retreats, well, it doesn't want to go into the corner. If it retreated, the black knight would have come in with some devastating checks. So this is a...
Might still do it, though.
Yeah. It's a cool idea, deflecting the black knight away to try and take the one in the center. But this check does look very tempting.
Yeah, but the problem now is that White's knight can capture the black bishop at the end of that. Yeah. So Fabi decides to get the bishop out of there. I want to win the pawn more than I want to create a knight fork.
This is looking promising for Fabiano now, and he has 10 more seconds, which is not a lot, but feels like he's the one who's been making threats and improvements.
Yeah, there was a moment he could have pushed his pawn forward. That was quite a fast pawn to start running. There were also some other ideas tactically, but now at least White has a bit of a grip. It's not so easy for Black to make progress here. Ooh, the White pieces are very active. The White knight, especially with the time scramble incoming, it's going to be so stable and so flexible. Playing with bishops in time scramble is the worst thing. The opponent just moves everything on light squares, and what's the black bishop ever going to do? But here we go. Fabiano is banking everything on his pride and joy, the pass pawn.
He's very dependent on that pawn pushing even further forward, because right now the pawn in the center is blocking the black bishop from kind of contributing. And if the white knight was able to maneuver itself in front of that pawn, then all of black's pieces would be really, really bad. But Fabi, I guess, correctly is saying that I will be able to push the pawn forward.
Mm-hmm. Very important, the white king as well can't act as a blockader. And ooh, knight for bishop exchange. That shows that Sevian is probably happy with the draw, which makes sense. He's a pawn down and downtime on the clock.
How much does the time situation matter right now?
I think we'll find out very shortly. It could be a case of everything disappearing from the board here and now.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it right now.
Suddenly, Sevian is better, but he's only better to the degree that he will be able to salvage the draw, right?
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Right?
Ooh.
Oh,
is the black king in time to start running over?
I don't think it is.
Maybe. Ooh, threaten some checkmates, buy some time on the opponent's clock. I think he is just in time.
Never mind.
This square is the key. Now the question is whether they want to flag each other.
Oh.
Sevian says yes, he doesn't want the rooks off. Oh, Sam. Wow, this will be ruthless.
Oh, jeez.
No, but there's no way Fabi doesn't survive 50 moves with 20 seconds, right?
Yeah, his king is a bit awkward for black.
Oh,
He can't pre-move yet.
This is scary.
Oh, gosh, this is the most ruthless thing I've seen in ages.
No. There's no chance he loses on time with 20 seconds. That's an average of half a second per move. He should be able to do that, no?
20 more moves. 20 more moves in 10 seconds.
Oh.
He's actually up on time now, Fabiano. Maybe the shoe will be on the other foot.
Oh my gosh, if Sam loses because of this.
Oh, wow. Sam, what are you doing? 5 seconds. Oh.
Okay, he bailed out.
Just in time.
But I like the fact that he was considering trying there. He was like, let me test you before you assume that this is just going to be